Hey everyone, welcome to BrickVault. My name's Jack. Today is another creator set. We did a creator set I think earlier this week as well, which was also a 3-in-1 set, just like this one. But this one also, it's not. I'm not going to be building all three versions of this creator set. This one I actually kind of do want to be able to get the other ones to build the other two, because these two other vehicles actually look pretty cool. Also, I think they're not too bad. Usually, almost always, 99.9% of the time, the featured build of a creator set is a better set to have and to use, and I think that is still the case with this one. But in this particular case, bam! These other two ones, they actually look all right. Anyways, the name of this set is the Sunset Street Bike. It is set number 31059, and it has 194 pieces. It sells for $20 in the States, €20 or 18 pounds, which makes it good. It's fine. It's flat. It's pretty much as average as it gets in terms of a price to a part set. This is like flat average. Some people might argue that it's slightly under average, because usually the average set comes with 1 or 2 minifigs at this part count. Because this, if it was a standard set with minifigs like City or pretty much any other theme, there would be minifigs included. Obviously, no minifigs included. This bike is definitely going to be much larger than minifig scale, as you can tell. But generally speaking, I would put this at a pretty average part to price ratio. And anyways, yeah, I'm going to switch down to this camera so you can see the unboxing. I know people like to get a nice close shot of that. Let's get the keyboard out. Okay. Perfect. And anyways, how is everybody today in the stream? I like to get that intro out as quick as possible so people know what is going on for the episode. But now we know what we're building, how we're building it, or we all know how we're building it. But anyway, so yeah, how is everybody? It's a nice Friday. It's sort of sunny here in San Diego, I would say. I thought it was sunny, but like there's definitely some clouds hanging in there, but not too much. So I'm pretty excited. I got some cool stuff going on this weekend. Small bag, larger bag. It's pretty much a medium-sized bag. No numbers. We're building both of these at the same time. And in here is a bag of 3 manuals, because once again, it's a 3-in-1 set, which means there's 3 builds. So that's one of them that we're not making. Let's open up the manuals first. And I don't like these bags here because there's like an easy breakaway function, but sometimes, okay, that time it worked. Yesterday, or the day before, it didn't work. So this is a dragster, as you can tell, obviously a dragster. Not building it. This actually looks pretty close to a minifig scale dragster though. In fact, I don't know if you can fit a minifig in here, but it looks like you could modify it easily if it doesn't actually fit a minifig. Not building that version today though. This is also what looks like a hardtail, another kind of street bike. Doesn't look as good as the featured build though. It looks all right, honestly it does, but this one looks better. I think it does. And I think it's got working suspension in the back, which I'm stoked to see if it's any good. I hope it is. All right, it's gonna be a decent size though. These wheels are pretty big. So let's get the bags open, and once again, hello, welcome to the live stream. I'm stoked about today's episode that came out because I was working on and off on this episode for a super long time. Super long time. Like, the Adventure Time Treehouse mock was something that was initially that my older brother really wanted to make. He's the bigger Adventure Time fan than I am. And we're like, all right, do we want to do it? We checked the parts and stuff. It was going to be kind of an expensive set to put together. And we're like, you know what? I think it'll be fun, and I think it looks awesome. It's behind me, not in the shot, but it's behind me, sort of still in the main room of the studio. And I'm so happy we actually went through with it and decided to build the Adventure Time mock because it was so much fun, and it looks awesome. And I've got all these ideas on how I want to change it because there's so much cool stuff to fit on the interior. And the build it's kind of diverse enough to where you can really start playing around with the with what you want to do with it. So anyways, I was really happy to finally get that episode out. And there might be an update episode for the Adventure Time Treehouse mock in the future if I do decide to do some different things. I do want to make it a little bit more accessible, reinforce that elbow with the one of those side branches because it's super wobbly, and you could easily break it away. Wait a second. What? Okay, no. I didn't mess it up. I'm just making sure that you can see which part of the build is supposed to be put together. Okay. So I'm happy. I'm happy with Friday. Everything's going good. Mike's been working on the news. He's not in the studio just yet. But lots of cool stuff's happening in the news, Lego news. Just like new sets and stuff are being announced and kind of shown off. And this weekend is the Star Wars Celebration, which I can say we are not going to. It's in Orlando, Florida, so we're not flying out for that. But there's going to be some sort of exclusive set there, which I know a lot of people are sort of excited about. It's not. We've gotten the exclusive Celebration sets before, and almost always there's nothing like really exclusive about the set other than the actual box, which it's still cool. I mean, it's awesome that Lego is still making cool sets and stuff, and making up fun little scenes, things that they probably like that the designers wanted to do, but it wasn't marketable enough for them to make it into a Lego set, so they just release them as a Star Wars Celebration set. I think that's cool that they still do it, but I don't think it's cool that people pay these exorbitant amount of monies for them. Monies. I just said monies. That's right. Anyways, so there's some cool stuff coming out in the nearish future, but I'm mostly looking forward to the May the 4th celebration because that's where we're gonna get some real cool new stuff. Specifically, the Snowspeeder. Hello, everybody. Are you doing this? Advanced tactical humanoid. I didn't want to be rude. Overused meme. Okay, yeah, you guys are just talking about random stuff. That's fair. I look up and it's just like blah 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 blah. All right, so 294 pieces is actually a decent sized build for just a vehicle, especially a vehicle that's supposed to be detailed enough to just have one person sitting on it. This might be the proper size for a Technic Fig. I kind of want to do a Technic Fig collection video, partially because I think that would be just like a cool video to do. But also I really want to be able to scale some of the Technic Figs with builds that Lego does, especially the creator builds, where they still sort of feel like they could be scaled with Technic figures. But I don't know enough about them. I don't mess around with Technic Figs to know enough if they would actually work as a proper scaled figure here. So it just kind of looks like this one might be able to scale with a Technic Fig. I do not know though. Okay. So this is a decent enough, this feels super solid. This is mostly made of Lego bricks, but there are going to be a couple of Technic pieces, and this is kind of a unique build in the fact that Lego never tries to make like an upscaled vehicle like this if it's not like Technic. Not never, but like they almost never do it. They've done a couple of upscaled bikes out of Technic before. The BMW one was a bit bigger than this, and it was awesome. I really liked that set. I have it. I think I've got one of the Star Wars BrickVault figs riding them right now. And so that was cool. And then they also did the street bike, I think 2 years ago, which was awesome. I still have that built. I have the chopper version of that still built, which is the secondary version. And I liked that one, but once again, those are exclusive Technic sets. So this is an upscaled motorcycle that is not Technic. I mean, there are going to be Technic bits. I can see them, but for the most part, they're trying to make this just one big Lego block. So that's the unique factor about this. Lego doesn't usually attempt to build like this, so I find it very commendable that they went ahead with something like this. And I love motorcycles, so that works too. So yeah, so I'm happy that this build even exists, and I'm hoping that it'll be a quality build. I might even bring out the other Technic street bike just to kind of compare it, see if it's any good or any bad. Is that an expression? Any bad? I don't think it is. All right. I am a beautiful person, says somebody. Message deleted. Message. I will say something. I am the only one with Taj Mahal set. You have the Taj Mahal set? That is a big old set. The biggest set, I think. Right? Taj Mahal, single biggest part to price. Not part to price. Single biggest part count for any set. Oh, and it looks like we're building the side detailing here. Okay. It almost looks kind of random the way these pieces are coming together. So it's just like a sloped piece, a grate piece, and then we've got a round tile, and then two different colored sloped grate things going on. All different pieces, all added here on one side, and then we'll go on this way. Interesting. All right. I'm assuming, yeah, I'll do the same thing for the other side now. Bam. So I hope you're all having wonderful days. No emoji spam. Hey Jack, say my name. Is this the only thing? No questions, no comments, no nothing. I do look up to be fair, I don't look up all the time, and I'm sure there's legit questions coming up. But so far, no real questions this stream, which is fine. Don't get me wrong. You guys can just hang out during a live build. It's not like this has to be a participatory exchange necessarily. But it is kind of an interesting phenomenon. The more I live stream, the more live streams I watch. Where I wasn't watching a lot of live streams, but because we've been doing this on the channel for so long. I wish they would remake some large minifigures for vehicles like this. See, yeah, it is kind of. I do agree with you. Sorry, things went by so fast that I did not see who wrote that comment. But yeah, I do agree with you that Lego used to make big figs, Technic figs, for larger sets like this when they were building in an upscaled size for Technic sets, and it was cool. I mean, I thought that it was kind of cool, but it obviously just wasn't. People weren't into it enough to want to keep it around. And I also think it was limiting for the designers. Like if they found, like let's say the designers were like, ooh, I found like a really great way to build a helicopter or a dump truck or whatever the heck they wanted to build, but it didn't quite scale with the Technic size fig, then it would kind of be limiting for them, and they would have to either change their design to something that just didn't work quite as well, or they'd have to scale things up or scale things down. And I can see why they didn't go with it, but at the same time, all I'm saying is I would prefer that they had Technic big figs released with like a certain maybe series, like maybe every wave they would release 1 or 2 Technic sets that had a larger scaled Big Fig or something. I would prefer that instead of the Friends figs. No bashing on Friends necessarily. I don't mean to. I'm just saying that I would still prefer to have larger Technic figs that scaled with larger cool vehicles, as opposed to some Friends figs that I personally always kind of discard. So that's just my 2 cents about the whole thing. Hopefully you don't judge me for it, but yeah, I would prefer larger figs. Spare channel Ninjago movie figure. Almost excited for Okay. Jack, which Ninjago movie figure are you most excited for? Please answer. Well, they haven't really shown a lot of the new... Well, they sort of have. I don't have like a favorite Ninjago character, but I have consistently always liked the look of the villains more than the actual main characters for the Ninjago series. So, you know, there's the Clay, Cole, Jay, all those guys. I think they're fine. You know, I like ninjas, sure, go for it. But I usually, when I get into a Ninjago wave or something, if a wave comes out, it's pretty much always because I really like the design for the enemy vehicles and the design for the enemy minifigures and stuff. That's always the driving force for me, being like, ooh, I want to get this set because the bad guys look cool. So that's probably going to be the same deal for this new Ninjago series that's coming out. Most likely it's going to come out and I'm going to be like, yeah, I really want to get this bad dude, or I really want to get, you know, this bad guy vehicle. To be fair, that new mech, I think there's a picture of a couple of new mechs for the Ninjago guys, already sets and stuff. They do look really cool. I know Mike has, that's actually one of the stories for, that's one of the stories for tomorrow that Mike is talking about. He already talked about it, actually. That's coming out tomorrow for Saturday News, but there's a couple of pictures for some new Ninjago sets that look super good. Like some big mechs that just look, it's like they don't have the Voltron license yet, so they're just like, how can we get something to look as cool as Voltron, but like have it not actually be Voltron? And that's what I feel like they did for some of these new Ninjago sets, and it looks really, really good though. So that's why I'm happy about just in general the new sets that are going to be coming out for them, because I think they're upping their game. Just in general, they're just upping their game for both good guys, bad guys, quality of the minifigs. Mike doesn't think so, but I think that they're actually redesigning the new like the ninja cowl, like the actual face mask, because you can see what the new face masks look like on the minifigs in some of the posters, and I was like, that looks like a new cowl. And Mike's like, no, I think that's just for the poster that it looks like a new cowl. And I'm like, no, why would they just have it for the... So we disagree on that. I still think they're going to have a new cowl piece, which will be cool. Just another example, you know, they added the Batman belt, the new belt piece for Batman for the Batman movie, the Lego Batman movie. So I don't see why they wouldn't add a new cowl piece for the Ninjago movie. So, anyways, new stuff is coming. I think it'll be good all around, and I certainly hope I'm not wrong. Hello. For those that are just tuning in, I know a lot of people tune in sort of partway through the stream, halfway through the stream, midway through the stream. This is a 2017 creator set called Sunset Street Bike. The set is $20, 20 euros or 18 pounds. It is 294 pieces, which makes it a relatively decently priced set. All things considered, it is a 3-in-1. I am only building the featured build for this episode because I just do not have the time. Well, I mean, I have the time. I just don't think it'll be worth it for you guys to watch me take the whole thing apart again, and then take the whole thing apart again to do the other 2 alternate builds. So Usually, I'm not saying it's not worth it to build the alternate ones, but I'm saying for this particular medium, for a live stream, I pretty much never do the alternate ones. I only do the main one. Sorry, you can't really see that. I'm putting together, I think this is the fork. I am like 90% sure that we're building the fork right now for the front of the bike. Yep, I'm pretty darn sure this is what's going on. So we put this in there. Oh wait, what? Oops, I messed that up. I should have waited. I should have waited. Do you like cats? Sure, but I definitely am more of a dog person. Nothing against the cats. Sure, go for it. You like cats? You like cats? Definitely more of a dog person. Hands down, dogs all the way. Just my personal opinion. How do you see Spider-Man Homecoming? Did somebody else see the Spider-Man Homecoming? Yeah, I think that was a question. Apparently, one of our subs. Who knows? Spider-Man Homecoming. The new Spider-Man Homecoming movie looks cool. There is some pictures for some of the sets. Obviously, Iron Man is in it. I think it'll be good. I haven't been this excited for a Spider-Man movie in a really long time. So, oh wait a second. Okay, I keep on putting this side piece on when I shouldn't be. Okay, so this is gonna get knocked into there. Interesting. Okay, yeah, so we definitely are putting a fork together. Ooh, this is kind of cool. This is a connection that we don't usually see. So we're adding this the piston in, but we've got a half. So we've got a cross pin and a cross pin, and it's kind of going in halfway on both sides, which is something that you don't really see. Okay, so this is the back. This is the back suspension system. I thought I was building the fork for the front, but I am mistaken. Okay, and I was putting this thing together a little bit too early. I put the other fork on too early, but usually with Technic sets you kind of have to wait. I was jumping the gun. Okay, there we go. So let's get these pieces on. Yeah, cool. And the back tire's already coming on. Do you prefer Marvel or DC? I prefer Batman over anything, but my second favorite superhero franchise is X-Men, which is Marvel. So, you know, and then when it comes to the cinematic universe, I prefer Marvel over DC. So it just kind of like, there's certain aspects I like more than others. Like, generally speaking, Marvel makes better movies. I think most people agree on that. But Batman is like the coolest superhero, in my opinion. So there's that I deal with. And then there's X-Men, which I think have just... They actually have really decent... I really like the X-Men movies for the most part. And like Logan, I heard Logan is going to get nominated for like an Oscar. Like, how crazy is that? Even though Suicide Squad got an Oscar, that was crazy. That was not... Nobody saw that or wanted that. I don't know how that even happened. Like, Killer Croc didn't even look that good. But, just my 2 cents. How long has this live stream being live? Oh look, a super chat button, says Sausage Guy 292. If any of you guys are tempted to use that super chat button, I'm not gonna stop you. The super chat is basically like, what is it? It's sort of new. I've mentioned it a bunch of times, but like in the grand scheme of YouTube and stuff, the super chat function is actually a relatively new function. Ooh, cool. So I'm building the exhaust right now. Ooh, it's a dual exhaust. So yeah, so the super chat function is it's been around for, I want to say like 2 months, but probably like not longer than that. And basically, yeah, you pay to ask like a more, you pay basically to support us or whatever, but it makes your question icon appear for a longer time and in a different color and all that stuff. I feel like people were using it a lot more when it first came out. They'd be like, oh, this is a new thing. But like from what I can tell, it hasn't really caught on, which is the same thing that happened. They used to have something called fan funding, which was similar to the super chat function, but they got rid of that because no one was using it. And it seems that might be a similar situation now with super chat. We will see. YouTube is still pretty new to the stream game. Twitch has been pretty much on the top for the most part. So we'll see if YouTube gets their stuff together. Because right now, the setup system for the streaming is super bad. Like, sometimes we start the stream a little bit late, which is like problems on our end where we're just messing around with different functions. But other times we're doing the stream thing, and I swear this happens almost every day, where we're setting up all the information for the next video, and we have to sort of reset our window placements every single time we open up a stream. And like there's so many errors, like the thing glitches out and like these boxes get all frozen. Ooh, that looks so good. I like this back tail. I think this is a great shape. And this is like a really satisfying bounce. Like it's weighted pretty well. Like it doesn't feel like the weight of the bike. It's gonna get a little heavier, but it feels like just at the perfect level of bounciness right now. What is your favorite Lego brick? The 2x4. My favorite Lego brick is the 2x4. My favorite theme is city. I know that's not very exciting, but I mean, come on, those are like the building blocks. Pun intended. Those are the building blocks of the entire Lego brick. I mean, like of what Lego is. It's you can have fun specialty bricks outside of it that you can really like, but for me, that's the whole context in which to interpret Lego through. That's my own personal belief. Is city sets are where it's at. The 2x4 is priority. It takes priority over everything else. Because there wouldn't be anything else if there wasn't the 2x4. Hello, Jonathan Amaral. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Jonathan Amaral just donated through Super Chat. Thank you, sir. And you asked the question, Jack, what is your favorite 3-in-1 set? Oh, wait, I know the answer to this one. My favorite, I think it's a 3-in-1 set. I know it's a creator set. I don't know if it's a 3-in-1. Oh, hold on, okay. So, my favorite creator set that's like along the smaller lines is was the Rainforest Animals, and that had a frog, a fly, and a parrot. And I think you could turn it into... wait. Yes, that is a 3-in-1 set. You could turn it into a chameleon, I think. And then you could turn it into something else. But the main feature... Yeah, it was like you could turn it into a chameleon, you could turn it into something else. And then... but the main featured build was you could have a parrot, and there was a frog and a fly. I think that's how it worked. And then like there was 2 other alternate rainforest builds. I'm almost positive that's how the set worked. But it was so much fun. That parrot was so cool because it had the ability to eat. It had the ability to eat little pellets and poop the pellets out. I mean, and I know it's kind of like a silly function to like think is awesome, but it actually worked really well, and I thought it was really good. I really liked that set. Maybe I liked it too much. Okay, this thing, it does not look like it wants to spin around that easily. So I'm gonna loosen up a few little Technic pin joints here. Make sure that, okay, yeah, now it'll spin. I know it will. It doesn't look like it was thinking. But thank you for the question, and I'm pretty sure that is a 3-in-1 set. Maybe you guys can check that up. Do they have the Lego chess set in California? I know they have it in Denmark. I think so. Well, Lego has they're constantly producing like different kinds of chess sets. We have the pirate chess set that I actually haven't built yet. It might even be in the background of our other main front studio. So I know they're constantly making different ones, but I do not know if they've got the standard chest set right now. I do want to build that pirate chest set though. I think it'll be cool. Actually, I do need to do that because eventually I want to do a pirate. I want to do a pirate video, collection video, and I'm gonna need that. All right, so now we're building up the fork. This is the part of the build that I thought we were building before, but I just wasn't paying attention properly. So we're building up the main bit of the fork, and I don't think there's gonna be any suspension here. In fact, I know there isn't because I can't find where the other pieces would be. Okay, so here we go. We're putting this all together, and then we're getting our Technic cross pin piece. There it is. Pushing it all the way through. We got this now, which isn't properly connected. It feels a little bit funny. All right, how do you use Super Chat? I don't know how the payment system goes through exactly. I think you have to register through your account. I don't know. Let's see. Jack, what set are you most looking forward to this summer wave? There's so many. There's so many big sets for the summer wave. Let's see. Well, there's some cool stuff. I mean, news tomorrow is there's more announcements for huge sets. Not necessarily summer wave set stuff, but like direct-to-consumer sets are coming out. Huge Minecraft set is announced. There's some really cool stuff, but specifically within the summer wave, I would say either the Scout Trooper speeder bike is something I'm really looking forward to, because it's just like it feels like the first real good culmination of the Star Wars brick-built figs. Like everything else before that, I was like, like some of them are cool. Like I liked Grievous, and a handful of the other characters were really cool and stuff. But oops, I put that on the wrong side. The speeder bike for Star Wars, where you get the Scout Trooper and the speeder bike, I think that is something I'm looking forward to a lot. And then, oh, here we go. So this is going to be the front fork. Okay, interesting. And then this is going to come through here. We're going to kind of lock it off so it can't, so it can't come down. Sorry. There's a couple of city sets that look good. That cargo set with the big mover truck and all the different cargo things, that's going to be awesome. That's going to be probably one of the most helpful. Oh, weird. What's going on here? Click. Okay. All right. So we've got these red clips, and okay. See the yellow parts right in the inside there? That's where these red clips are going in. Ha ha ha! I am not. Okay. There we go. And okay. There it is. Ooh, that was actually a pretty satisfying little snap. Okay, so that's all in there now. And it comes up at a great little fun angle. Oh, and that's kind of nice. You can see the connection point on the inside. I like when you can see sort of important connection pieces kind of hidden in plain sight within a build. I always think that's a fun aspect to a Lego build, where when you put something together and you can say, oh, like it fits together in this really cool, like really unique way. Ooh, look, you can see it right here, and you don't have to like take the whole thing apart. I think that's one of the joys of building like a fun or complex thing, is being able to actually kind of just like show people, because I feel like there's people are touring this facility, not all the time, but it's usually what ends up happening. People come in, they're like, oh, that's so cool, how'd you make it? Or, oh, that's so cool, how does that work? Or how does that come together? And then you can kind of be like, oh, it works like this. So that's always something that's pretty fun to work out. Oh wait, what am I looking for? I feel like there's a piece that's missing. Where did it go? Oh wait, no, I'm just kidding. It's not missing. Just kidding, I built it onto the side. Oh, interesting. Okay. And then we've got ourselves a little spiky windshield piece. Sorry if I keep pulling this out of the shot, that's my mistake. I do try to make sure to keep his stuff as in the shot as possible. In as much, yeah, there we go. That's cool. There you go. We can get a nice, good looking shape for this. The shape of this bike is starting to look a lot cooler than I initially sort of was looking at in the beginning, but it looks really sweet now. Okay. All right. Do you know what would be cool if you could put those old Technic people on the motorcycle? Yes, indeed. I believe that you have come into the chat a little bit later. I was mentioning that in the beginning of the stream, just being like, oh, I wish that could work. Yeah, putting the old Technic people onto the bike. We don't have any in the studio, actually. We used to have a bunch at a certain point. Well, I mean, a long time ago, but not now. Oh, I only have to build one of these. Okay, I thought I had to build two. So yeah, we don't have them in the studio, but it would be cool to test that out. I do want to get the Technic people in the studio at some point or another. And by the way, I'm almost done with this build, so I'm going to be doing a full... Ooh, nice. Okay, this is the little side mirrors that sticks right into the top of the fork. Oh, cool. And that's going to turn with the... or not side mirrors, my mistake. These are the handlebars. And you kind of just clip them in, just one little notch. And, right. So this... Oh, now it wants us to put this in there. Okay, here we go. So this is what's going to keep the whole thing together. It should fit through one cross piece, another cross piece, up, and of course, it asks you to put this section in, but it's so wobbly and weird. Oh wait, I should probably put this other part of the fork in at the same time. Okay. Okay, and this isn't correct. Oh, wait. Can I just look back at something? I think I put... Oh, wait. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Yeah, I should have put that together earlier. I'm silly. Now it's all stuck. Now it's all stuck. You know what I should do? Is I should pull this clip out and then work it out like this. Because technically you could build the whole thing together and then clip it on at the end. In fact, I don't know why it doesn't ask you to do that in the first place. Sorry, I put it together in the wrong order. I always miss a step, especially when I'm streaming like this. This is the weird part. Did I put this into the wrong area? You wanted me to put this... Ooh, I know what it was, guys. I messed it up. Wait, no, I did put that into the right area. What? Wait, no, now I am confused. Oh, I see what I did. I see what I did. I see what I did. Everybody, I figured out why I'm doing it incorrectly. Figured it out. Actually, that's quite a mistake. I just pried off so much of this build, and it was these two tiny little cross pins that I just overlooked. Okay, so I figured it out. So you put this tiny little pin here. I was wondering why these pieces were so wobbly. Okay, I thought the cross pieces from the fork were gonna push through and then solidify this connection, but that is not the case. Thank you for explaining. Okay. Okay, let's try to get this. Wow, now this pin piece doesn't want to come in. That's super strange. Okay. It should be, oh, there we go. Okay, nice, nice, nice. And then push it together, keep it together, keep it together, keep it together. All right, guys. That was quite a, I just pried off like half of this build to get those two tiny little pinholes back in. But let's see if I can get this thing to push in without too much more trouble. Yep, I think I can get this thing back in order pretty quick. Actually, yeah, it's almost there. I just rendered the whole front half of this bike straight off. Okay. But this is the part I didn't understand. Like, why can't I just build this whole section first? Because putting the actual clip in is not difficult. You can even see the connection point right in the top here. Yep. Why? Oh yeah, you have to flip that part up. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, and then boom, it's in. It's in, everybody. Okay, yeah. Sorry if that was a little bit off camera, if that was a little bit out of there. All right. That was, okay, I think that was actually the last step too. The last step was just putting that one little connection piece in. And then I was looking at it like, huh, what? Oh, okay, I messed it up. That's it. And this is the interesting thing. Ah, okay. So we've got these two small little extra tire pieces, but that's if you want to be building the dragster, because the dragster needs the smaller wheels. Which is the first time I've seen in a 3-in-1 set that the primary build doesn't come building every single extra piece, which is interesting. Usually every single part is included in the primary, and then you only have spare parts with the secondary and third one. But anyways, we're done. Oh yeah, we're actually totally done. Look at that. That's a great looking profile to any kind of bike, really. I mean, this really does look good. I'm gonna be bringing out the other. Let me bring out the other Technic bike, not the BMW, but the smaller one that should be kind of closer in scale. I'll be back in 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Now this one's the bigger one. So this one's kind of the hardtail. Still a great shape. All Technic. And that actually kind of we built it. This thing was built probably like a year ago or 2 years ago, and we had this guy John in the studio, and he was supposed to build the other version of this, but he never built like a set before. It was weird. He was like really into Lego, and he was telling me so much about how he really liked building Lego sets, and then he started building it, and I realized he never actually built a Lego set before, which was super strange. But he built it wrong. Look, you can't even turn it. Can't even turn the forks. So this one, you can turn the forks, and it works. It's actually got a decent enough turning radius, so you can use the handles to turn. One thing that I think probably doesn't work as well is the handles are ratcheted, so if you really if you squeeze it too hard, I just squeezed it too hard, and I just pulled the handle clips just a little bit too much in, so you have to push them back out. It's not really that flimsy, but that is one thing that I think is worth taking a look at. But this is something that I think is cool. This looks way better than this. This is our most recent Technic bike. Pretty similar in size, actually. They scale pretty well with each other. This has a fun look to it. It's kind of like the lower, sleeker racing bike and stuff, but there's no turning action, and that is of course because this is a wind-up. And this was a thing. If you've got like a really little kid, and you really wind this up. Actually, not even a little kid. Mike hurt himself on that, which was really funny. This gear, it'll suck and pinch that finger in if that thing's really, really, really spinning fast. In fact, I'll just see if I can get my finger caught in it, just for your entertainment. But I think that, ooh yeah, oh wow, yeah, that's hot. It feels hot on your finger. Okay, so anyways, I think it looks better. I think this one looks better. It feels better. The bounce is probably the best part. It's weighted perfectly. This shock system right here, this is the exact perfect piece, and this is the right amount of Lego to really have on it. It's just the tiniest amount of weight, and you get that little bounce, and then you can really just push it down. But I'm just seeing, yeah, you can just bounce over this. I don't know, it feels good. That's the best part of it, is this back shock system. It would be kind of cool if we had another shock here, but the thing is you'd have to put both shocks on both sides of the fork. It would have to be higher up in the front, then the whole scale would be off, and then actually it might not even bounce as well. I think it's fine with this back shock system. So generally speaking, I think the build looks great. The side detailing is pretty sweet. We've got an adjustable back tail that's a little bit adjustable, and these side exhaust pipes are just a little bit adjustable, but they're not really supposed to be messed around with too much, I don't think. And the color combination is great. Connection pieces are pretty great. Minimal external Technic detailing, which I think is important because this is really a set that's trying to showcase mostly Lego bricks. It wants to detail the motorcycle with bricks, not with Technic, and they've just used the Technic sparingly and only when absolutely necessary to make sure that we have some fun functions like this, being able to turn back and forth, and shock systems and stuff where pieces won't be breaking off. I don't think this thing is gonna be breaking it all. In fact, well, you can just drop it over and over and over again. And nothing's gonna break. In fact, it didn't even push in the side handles. So, sturdy, looks good, feels good. This is definitely a great like play. You can kind of wobble the handlebars back and forth a little bit. Balances pretty well though, or sort of. I wonder if you can ride it around and have it not fall over. Yeah, kind of. But the good thing is like the tires, yeah, they're flat enough to kind of stay up, but they're not super flat compared, because this is a tall build, to the point where it feels like you're not really able to side lean it as well. Like sometimes some builds will be really low, and when they're low and they have these flat tires, when you lean it on the side, it's kind of like you're at nothing, and then bam, and then you're like all the way on the side. You're like just on this little lip. This is high enough to the point where it feels like you don't feel a big like bump in the middle, which you do with this, I'm sure. This is like, it's like flat, and then bam, and then you're all the way on the side. And you can even hear it. Like it's popping almost, whereas this one doesn't pop quite as much. It feels a little bit softer and more fun. So anyways, that's my take. I'm gonna flip back to this screen, and that is the last live stream for this current weekday schedule. No live streams this weekend, or I think any weekend. I think that's just going to be the general rule, because I do have to take some days off to just do regular things, and I'm not in the studio every day. Sometimes I am in the studio on the weekends, but not every weekend. Anyways, so we will be live streaming Monday through Friday next week. There's going to be a lot of Ninjago sets next week. And some of them are going to be from previous waves, because we are in the middle of a big Ninjago minifigure collection thing going on for the channel. And we got a bunch of the older sets that were either on sale on Amazon or eBay and stuff. Usually Ninjago sets are actually pretty good if you get them a season after. They go for a lot cheaper, especially like certain kinds of stuff. I know Chima was, well, Chima got canceled, but even when it was going through, you could get those sets pretty cheap, like 6 months later, like 8 months later or something. And so that's kind of what we did. And we're gonna be building a lot of Ninjago stuff next week. So that is it for this review, for this live stream for the week. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with me. I'd like to answer more questions. There weren't that many questions this time on the live stream. That's just sometimes it's the conversation that's going back and forth between you guys, but that's fine. So that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed everything. Hope you guys come in, check out our stuff. We got a lot of cool episodes that are coming out next week. This week was a pretty good week for us. I was pretty happy with the content that came out, and we're going to try to kind of keep the level of content kind of coming up. We're trying to do a big custom build, or at least a custom build once a week, every week, as long as a couple of minifig collection videos and stuff like that. News, everything. Cool. Mike's News Tomorrow episode that comes out, and I hope you guys watch it. And all right, I'm done. This outro is taking way too long, so see you later. See you next time at BrickVault.